When I started in the gym, I was going to the gym consistently. I was trying to get my meals in, but I just wasn't making the progress. I felt like I was doing everything I could, but nothing was working. Over half a decade later, gaining over 60 pounds and in 3 different bulks, gaining 20 pounds in 180 days on those different occasions. I have come to the realization that one of the primary reasons why I wasn't making progress is because of these 5 muscle gain mistakes that I'm going to be talking to you guys about in today's video. So the first muscle gain mistake that a lot of people make is chasing strength in the gym. I know how strong the male ego is. When I started in the gym, I wanted to lift as heavy as possible. That's what 99% of men want to do. They want to lift heavy shit. You've got to realize that chasing strength isn't necessarily going to build you the muscle and build you the physique that you truly want it to. Because how we truly grow muscle in the gym is through proper stimulation. Doing an exercise and having the muscle that you want to target activated on its own. Obviously, in order to make progress through the gym and build your muscles and make them get bigger, you need to be training harder than last time, so training with intensity, and you also need to increase the weight and progressive overload over time, right? However, you can't make those things effective, and training intense and increasing the weight won't work if you don't have the number one foundation in place, in my opinion, and that is form and technique. So many people think the heavier you can lift, the more progress you'll make, but that's completely far from the truth, and it's actually how effective you are with your form and your technique, because the better your form and the technique, the more you can connect the muscle, the more you can isolate the muscle, therefore the more you can stimulate the muscle. You don't want to be focusing on the number on a dumbbell because that's going to grow your ego and not your muscles. However, you want to focus on, okay, am I performing the exercise correctly? Is there any cues that I should implement in order to perfect the exercise form? Because you could be lifting heavy, but if you're bringing in other muscles to compensate for that, then you're not going to make progression. And I'll give you guys a fantastic example for myself. I've, on incline dumbbell press in the past, I've been able to lift 45 kilo dumbbells or 90-pound dumbbells for reps. I've been able to bench 315 pounds at half the body weight. So I've achieved some strong feats. I am a pretty strong person for my body weight. Those things I did were 2 years ago. Now I can't lift that heavy, but the reason why I can't lift that heavy and the reason why I don't choose to is because my technique has got better. My ability to stimulate and connect with the muscle has got better. So it's actually through reducing the weight that I've been able to grow my physique and actually take it to the next level, which is what a lot of people miss at the start. The second common muscle gain mistake amongst men trying to bulk and build muscle is that they think more is more, whether that's with, going to the gym more equals more muscle growth, or eating more calories equals more weight gain, which will equal more muscle growth. That's not how things work at all. I thought that if I went to the gym as much as I possibly could, I would put on the most muscle possible. And this led me going to the gym sometimes 7 days a week from Monday to Sunday and repeating. You need to recover. Recovery is one of the key essentials towards building muscle, and it's actually one of the big 3 in the TDR framework that I present to my clients. It's through recovery and actually allowing my body to rest and recharge that you can let your muscles grow bigger. Because what happens is when you're in the gym, for example, if you're training biceps, you do your bicep curls to a good intensity, you've basically damaged the muscle, right? And it needs to repair back. When it repairs back, it grows back bigger and stronger in order to adapt going forward. If you don't let your body recover and you're always training, then you're not going to let your biceps grow back bigger and stronger. It's as simple as that. And I really like to think about the importance of recovery just like a phone charger. You can't not charge your phone if it's on 5%, otherwise it's going to die. It's the exact same thing with the gym. If you're going 7 times a week and not recovering, you're not letting your battery charge, or you're not letting yourself get back up to 100%, and you're going to be operating on this 5% battery all the time, which is obviously not going to help you. The third big mistake that I made and that a lot of people make in terms of muscle gain is not warming up for your sessions properly. We've got the obvious reason why this is bad, because it can increase the risk of injury. If we don't warm up our muscles, get our joints elastic, then it's very, very easy to injure a muscle. We've obviously got that aspect of the importance of warming up, but you've also got to think about it like this. It's an opportunity to practice your form and your technique. You know the saying, you become an expert once you've got 10,000 hours in something. The more practice, the better you're going to get at something. It's as simple as that. And as we established on the first point, technique and form and prioritizing that is an absolute priority. And warm-up sets actually allow you to practice your technique. So although you're going lighter with your weight, so for example, I used to do working sets on a bench press with 260 pounds, even though I was warming up with 135 pounds, because that was light, I didn't rush the reps. I was going nice and controlled. Therefore, when I got to my heavy set, my form was to the best ability I possibly could. Then once I started doing this, my form got so much better, the quality of my sessions got so much better, the pumps were so much better. So that's the third muscle gain mistake that so many people make. They don't warm up before their sessions. The penultimate muscle gain mistake that I want to cover today that I made was having no order to my diet. I didn't know when I was going to eat meals. I had no idea what meals I was going to eat. I had no idea what my calorie surplus goal was. You just want to get all of these things organized. So you want to go from top down. So you want to start from, okay, what is my calorie surplus goal, to the little actions you're going to do every single day, which is going to help you achieve those things. Having a goal but not knowing how you're going to get there is like going on a road trip across your country and not following a sat nav or a route, and you have no idea where you're going, and you're just doing guesswork. You're probably going to get lost, end up in unnecessary traffic. So what I mean by forming your routine and your roadmap on how you're going to get there is what times you can eat your meals every day. What meals are you going to eat every day? How are you going to prepare these meals if you're busy the next day? Getting yourself organized in terms of your diet and lining out every single action step that you need to do, which is going to help you, most importantly, achieve your calorie surplus goal, which is going to help you progress. Because I know that was myself for a long time. I never had a diet plan. I never knew what foods I was going to eat throughout the day. I never really had a calorie surplus goal at the start, which was obviously why I wasn't gaining weight and I wasn't making the progress I wanted to, because your training is one thing, but your diet is another. And the final thing that I want to cover with you guys today is that I never constructed my foundations properly. I love to think about building muscle and building your physique and bulking just like builders building a house. You can't put the roof on top of the house, or you can't put the windows in, or you can't fit the door in, or you can't design your living room, for crying out loud, before you've built the damn foundations in the ground which are going to support the house when it's built. Without foundations, there is no house. It's as simple as that. In terms of the gym, without building the correct foundation, so focusing on the basics, you can't bulk and gain weight and maintain a calorie surplus every day, and you can't train intensely, and you can't keep up an intense schedule which is going to help you make the progress you want to. What I mean by building your foundations is following a basic workout plan. You don't want to be focusing on eating a calorie surplus yet. You just want to focus on being consistent with meals over being consistent with calories. So instead of trying to aim for a calorie goal, aim for a frequency of meal goal every day. Okay, my goal today is to eat 4 meals, so obviously healthy, high protein, and that is how you're going to increase your appetite, get into the habit of eating properly. Therefore, eating in a calorie surplus is going to become so much easier over time. If this has been helpful, please make sure to drop a like. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below on anything that stood out to you and what you're going to take action on. And if you do want to stay around for more content like this, then a subscription would be really appreciated, and that will go such a long way. If you want to take it to the next level and get results like these guys and actually learn how to prevent these mistakes and get access to a clear roadmap and clear guidance from me, then I'm going to leave a link to my one-on-one coaching application in the top link in the description. If you're not necessarily ready for that yet, then I have a free community with over 300 people, and people are seeing results in there as well. So you can see that in the top link in the description, and you'll also get more access to me through that. But yeah, that's everything I've got to say. See you soon.